Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Gebo the Shaman, and today we're talking about what happens when we have the moon in Aquarius in the 11th house for Aries Ascendant. So, this video is dedicated to breaking that down and telling you what happens with this placement. And, a lot of people have questions about what I teach and like what system of astrology I'm using, so it's important to know that I am using Vedic Astrology, or otherwise called sidereal astrology, not Western astrology, not tropical astrology. And so, if you want to learn more about about Vedic astrology, I have a Vedic astrology course that you can purchase on my website and become actually a certified Vedic astrologer yourself. As well as I offer readings and, astrology readings and other services like that. So go ahead and check out my website, gebotheshaman.com, that offers like all these products, services, courses, all that good stuff. Alrighty, so what's next? So let's go ahead and break down this placement. So if we have moon in Aquarius in the 11th house, there's three energies that we need to contend with. So there's moon, there's Aquarius, there's the 11th house. So these energies are coming into play for this placement. So by analyzing and dissecting them and learning about each, we can learn more about what this placement does. So before we begin, go over to Gebo the Shaman and purchase your astrology reading. That's the best way that I can help you, by working with you directly. So instead of trying to get me to read your chart by, pestering me in the comments or whatever, just buy an astrology reading. That's much simpler, and you'll get a way to directly access me and ask your questions that way. So, alright, so what is the moon? The moon is the mind, the meditative mind. And, when I say the mind, a lot of people think, oh, the intellect, the saying, oh, they've got a really sharp mind. That's talking about the intellect up here. Whereas when I refer to the mind as the feelings, the emotions, that's actually the heart mind, and this is the moon. So there's a difference between interacting with people using your intellect and interacting using your heart. That's kind of like coming from your heart versus coming from your head kind of stuff. And there's plenty of other new age channels to talk about that, but today we're talking about moon. So the moon is also your mother. It is your mother, because the mother instills the psychological blueprint on your life, meaning unconscious mind. And so, like, the moon relates to psychology. The unconscious mind is the blueprint, unconscious blueprint, unconscious thoughts, behaviors, patterns, beliefs, values, principles, things like that. Those were all instilled in you when you were very young, at a pre-verbal age from 0 to 3, and it was instilled by your mother. Because she's the one that programs these things into us. Meaning that if one as a baby, you were like, Mom, I hate you. Your mother would say, a healthy mother would say, well, that's okay. I know you're just having a feeling, and that doesn't affect how I feel about you. I'll always unconditionally love you. And that teaches the child that it's okay to have feelings. And, as long as we're not being harmful to others, we can have feelings. And so this is what the moon is all about feelings. It's about our psychology. It's about our mother. It's about our deep personal things. The deep personal things in our lives. And so, then we have the sign of Aquarius. Now, the sign of Aquarius and the 11th house go together quite well because Aquarius is the 11th sign of the zodiac. It's 11th astrological sign, meaning that it corresponds with the 11th house. Aquarius is ruled by Saturn. And so, like, these two energies, the 11th house and Aquarius, go together very well. They're almost one and the same, you could say. Now, with Aquarius is all about humanitarianism. It's about 11th house is your gains, the house of gains. So that's through career, through investments, through things like that. But it's like constant recurring gains. Now the second house is our savings. I don't want this to be confused with savings. This is the house of gains. So whether this is a paycheck from work or whatever, it corresponds to gains. And then we have, so Aquarius is also about, 11th house is also friendships and network circles. And it's about, it's very humanitarian. It's very about, helping people. And Aquarius is especially like new age technology, just very future thinking, very eclectic and eccentric, and just very future thinking. And these people, if you have your moon in Aquarius, you're basically ahead of your time, which allows you to excel at certain things. And so your mind is always thinking ahead of time, and planning and things like that. And a lot of people actually do quite well in technology with this placement. There's developers, there's people who develop technology and things like that. Why I say that is because this is all about making it easier on humanity, developing conveniences, like technology to get things easy, to make things easier in life. And it has this future, like, utopian kind of feeling, like we all want everything to be equal and in harmony and things like that. So it's very futuristic. So and then we have like the 11th house. Things about the 11th house are as I said, gains. This is the house of gains, the house of friendship, network circles, or large organizations. So if you have your moon in the sign of Aquarius or in the 11th house, and with you it's both. If you have this placement, like you have the ability to lead large organizations. Like you just know how to plan, how to arrange people like for different tasks, different jobs. And you know, these people make a great leader, you know. They are one of the, servant leaders basically. Like they're in the field, in the trenches, doing work just right along with their employees. So it's really good for that as well. And of course, we have the Aries here. So what I mean with that is you have an Aries ascendant, and that is affecting your entire chart. So Aries ascendant, wherever you look in your chart, you'll see like aspects of like Aries energy, Mars energy. So for this one, it's interesting because it's moon in Aquarius is very much like just very forward thinking and tends to be like liberal or progressive or whatever. And it's thinking about like humanitarianism. It's thinking about humanity's conveniences. It's thinking about making things easier, making a brighter future for humanity and good things for humanity. Elon Musk's embodies this very well. I'm not sure if he has this placement or not, but I believe he has some strong Aquarius energy. So whether that be through his Mercury or Jupiter or something like that. I haven't examined his chart yet, which I've been meaning to do. But anyhow, so as I said, like with Aries ascendant, you gotta put on Aries glasses. It's like looking at your chart through Aries perspective, through Aries lens. And when we do that, we can see, and again, we need to look at where Mars is placed, because if Mars is in the 11th house, then that adds extra Mars energy. But someone with this placement, your mother would be very eccentric. Just like forward progressive thinking individual with like that, like reads a lot and studies and wants to make, she might have been involved with like a new tech startup or something like that. But yeah, just very, very much into like humanitarian kind of things, like whether it's actually going to foreign countries and helping people, or whether it's just like developing like technology or things like that, shipping. I can speak to this because my mom specifically is involved. Her job is like a shipping coordinator, and she's very good with like organizing people from different countries, regions, and all that, and being able to like ship things to them and stuff like that. So this is kind of the energy, which I have my moon in Aquarius as well. but it's in the 5th house. So, very interesting here. I always like the sign of Aquarius because it's just so, it's just forward thinking and like ahead of its time, and you know you tend to say things that people, they find controversial, but it's like, or like triggering or things like that, but it's just really like thinking ahead of your time, thinking outside the current norms of things, and just being eccentric, having those eccentric thoughts and things like that. Like someone with displacement will really value novelty. If you want to impress this person, get them a gift that nobody else has. Like, as a person with Aries, what am I talking about? Aquarius, moon Aquarius. I, just think about, things that are kind of just ahead of my time, and like, how we can improve things, and just new technology and things like that. And I don't know, it's really interesting, like how that mind works. Like, these are like inventors and people who do like patents and things like that. So yeah, it's pretty cool energy overall. And with Aries here, it kind of adds energy to that. So instead of like just having your head in the clouds, you'll be like, I want to take action on that. I want to like manifest that. I want to create that and bring that into the world. And so like when you'll be daydreaming or thinking about something, you'll be like thinking like, wow, I want to like do that. I want to manifest that, bring that into the world. And so that this can be a very powerful placement for like engineers, like designing and engineering something new, something totally new. Aquarius also has to do with like space and far off places, and like the sky, and even the sea. Like people with this placement, they love the sea, they love the sky. Like, you might find someone who with this placement who loves going scuba diving as well as flying airplanes, so or even like fishing, things like that. So yeah, Aries adds energy here. Like it makes you want to go do that. Like you'll be motivated to achieve that whatever your Aquarius moon is telling you to do, or whatever you're kind of dreaming up, so yeah, really take advantage of this energy, because that could be like the things that you think of can be revolutionary and life-changing. And so when God puts something into you, an idea into you, you gotta go after that, because it's just a really important thing to do for your life. Each idea that you pass on is like, saying, oh, I don't want it, but then it could be something life-changing for you and for your family and for your, so anyway, guys, there is one more thing that I want to discuss with this moon. So go look at the lunar phase calendar and go look up your birth date and see what the lunar phase was in. What phase the moon was in at the time of your birth. Because this will tell you whether like you have a good adapted moon, or like you'll be, so an optimum moon will be full or close to full, above 60% sunlight on the moon, and it'll be waxing. That's another thing. Waxing is growing to full. Waning is going to a new moon. And so looking, you'll be lucky if you have a waxing moon, as well as the moon's phase will be having 60% plus sunlight. And with that, that just shows you like how you're gonna react to life. Are you gonna be depressed? Are you gonna have mental illnesses? Or are you going to kick ass and take names and be happy and be in connection with the soul and things like that. So those are the two things that I wanted to talk about. Was like, if the moon is empty, you're probably going to be prone to more mental illness and things like that. And if the moon is full, that's wonderful for you. It's it's just shining the light of the soul, the light of the sun onto you. And that helps you adapt better. Because I know life can be challenging, but it can be even more challenging if we have like a new moon with it's completely dark. So, so anyway, guys, but yeah, if you, like I said with the moon, the best mantra for the best remedy for a dark moon is called mantras. So you can do anywhere from the Gayatri mantra to to like a mantra like Om Namah Shivaya or Ganesha mantra, Om Namo, Om Gang Nam, sorry, what is it? Om Gang Ganapataye Namaha. So, those are some mantras, some generic mantras, if you want to try them out. And when you purchase a Vedic Astrology reading from me, I actually give you your own mantra and ritual that you can do based on your own chart. So I look in detail at your chart, and I choose a mantra for you based on your planetary placements and the planets and deities that want to work with you, whether that's Ganesha, Shiva, what's it called, Narasimha, or any other, deity associated with the planets. So, anyhow, if you want to purchase a Vedic Astrology reading, then you can go to my website, gebotheshaman.com, and you can purchase there, and the links are below. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. So I appreciate you guys watching, and we will talk to you next time. Peace.